I'm going to show you how to take your mix from this to this. Welcome back to Dead End Studios. I'm EK in the building. Back with another video. I've been getting a lot of requests to do some mixing with using only the IK Multimedia plugins. So that's what I put together for you guys. And all I use is the IK Multimedia plugins for everything on this mix. As you see, it's like 30 something tracks. So I started with the kick. I'll show you just some rough things that I used, and you can see how I sculpted my mix. So when I started with the kick, I went and used the British channel first. I boosted some low end, I boosted some low mid, and I boosted some high frequency. Also, I rolled off about 47. I got the compressor working, so I'll let you hear it before. This is after. Before. After. So you see that has nice sounds on it. Then I went ahead and put the mix box on here. And first I put the, let's turn these off so you can hear how I build it. And this is why I like it, because I was able to sculpt the kick exactly the way I want it to sound. So first I used the black 76 on it. That's before. Let's turn that on. So right away it gave it some punchiness. Then I went ahead and used the 670. That gave it some nice character. Then I went and used the EQ, and I just boosted around 63, just a little bit. And then I went ahead and put some tape 2 saturation with the Sat X on there. Some nice saturation on that kick. Then I put the clap on there. And I used the British channel on that. So as you see, I like to use the British channel on everything that I needed. I also used the classic equalizer, because some sounds I didn't really need compression. So I just used the classic equalizer on there. And then for the toms, I used the opto compressor. So I'll let you hear how I got these these drums popping off. And I did all that. I have some reverb on there. Then I made a drum bus. Once I got all my drums laid out, mixed the way I want, I made a drum bus. On my drum side chain, I just put the TR5 bus compressor on there. Put a little grid in there. Then I just brought in all my other instruments. Okay, on that guitar, I'll let you hear it with nothing on there. And first thing I used was the British channel on there. Then after the British channel, I used the opto compressor. Let's hear it with the opto compressor. Then I went and used the IK. This is one of my favorite plugins out the T-Rex bundle. I love it. Basic EQ. It does a lot. Also, it has a frequency analyzer built into it. It's really good. I like it. So let's hear it when I add that. And then after that, I put the clipper on there. I add a little saturation to it. And then I just went on down the line, but as you see, I use all T-Rex plugins, right? IK Multimedia plugins. And we got to the music like this.
Take a trip around the world.
This is the raw vocal.
Let's take a trip around the world, babe. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
So what I did first is I went and used the British channel once again. Let's hear that. I wanted to take out a little nasalness out of there, so I took out some high mid. I added some high end to it. Also, I added a little low mid to it. I engaged the gate because I heard some headphone bleeding on the track, and then I used a filter about 180 hertz, the high pass filter. Also, I compressed it too. So let's hear it with that.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
This is before.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
This is after.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
So I opened it up, gave it a little sparkle to it, got it sitting kind of nice. Then after I did that, I went and put the de-esser on there. So let's hear it with the de-esser.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
Okay, and then after I put the de-esser on there, I went and put the vintage compressor on there. So let's hear it before.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
This is with the vintage compressor.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
So you see it's controlling that vocal just a little bit more. Then I went and added the equal on there. And I just fixed and brightened it up a little bit. Let's hear it before.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
Let's hear it with it.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
Okay, so as you see, I rolled off some bottom off of that. Boosted up a little mid around 7. And then I boosted up a little high end on there. Okay, bring back some of that air in there. After I use that, I put the saturator on there. So let's hear it with the saturator.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
Okay, you see I have it on tape too, so that gave it some good harmonics to that vocal. After that, I went and used the opto compressor just to get that sitting in the right spot. Let's hear it with the music.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
Okay, this is with the opto on there.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
Okay, so after that, then I went and put the stealth limiter on there. This is another one of my favorite plugins from IK Multimedia. Let's hear it with the stealth limiter.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's the world, babe.
Okay, so you see that gave it a lot of presence. I used the infrasonic filter. Also, I did 16 times oversampling, dithered it down to 16, and I put the harmonics on one. So it's adding some nice harmonics to it. So that's my vocal chain. I saved this as a preset. So if any you guys want this, let me know. Just hit me in the comments. Send me an email. After I did that, I have 4 effect sends, right, on buses. I have a delay, and for the delay, I use the tape echo. So I'll turn that on so you can hear it.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
Then I used the chorus, but I went into the mix box and used the chorus from the mix box, right? So let's hear it with the chorus.
Let's take a trip around the world.
Yeah.
Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
That's dope.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
It just smoothed it out. Gave it a nice sound. After that, I went and used a phaser, right? I use a phaser in the mix box also. This is why I like these IK Multimedia plugins. So let's hear it with the phaser.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
Okay. Now my last one is my plate. And for the plate, I used the CSR plate. I went and just used a factory preset plate and delay. So let's hear it.
Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world, babe.
Okay, so once I got that straight, I went and did the same thing to my lead vocal. I'll bring that in so you can hear the lead vocal.
Let's take a trip. It's time to get away. Let's take a trip, get away, get away. I plan to give you the world, diamonds and pearls. I know I can give you everything, chinchillas and furs. Just pack one bag, we'll buy some clothes. Just get fly, go paint your nails and your toes. Just say the word, I'll be right there. 2 first-class tickets, baby, destination anywhere. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's go to Paris, let's see France. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's make love on black sand. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's see Korea or Japan. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. I'm gonna show you the world. 'Cause you're beautiful. A different sunset every week. Order a full course meal each and every night. In whatever language they speak. Just need one bag. We'll buy some clothes. We'll find sandals to show.
Okay, let's play it back, and you're gonna see what my Lufs is doing. You saw that I have the Dynamo on here, which is a very transparent limiter compressor, very transparent, but it works. It's just like gluing everything together. Okay, let's listen.
Let's take a trip. It's time to get away. Let's take a trip, get away, get away. I plan to give you the world, diamonds and pearls. I know I can give you everything, chinchillas and furs. Just pack one bag, we'll buy some clothes. Just get fly, go paint your nails and your toes. Just say the word, I'll be right there. 2 first-class tickets, baby, destination anywhere. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's go to Paris, let's see France. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's make love on black sand. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's see Korea or Japan. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. I'm gonna show you the world. 'Cause you're beautiful. A different sunset every week. Order a full course meal each and every night. In whatever language they speak. Just need one bag. We'll buy some clothes. We'll find sandals to show off those pretty toes. And I'll be waiting for you over by the bar. Girl, you're the flyest here tonight. We'll live like stars. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's go to Paris, let's see France. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's make love on black sand. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's see Korea or Japan. Let's take a trip around the world. As long as my baby's there. Let's go to Paris, let's see France. My baby's there. Make love on black sand. My baby's there. To Korea and Japan. My baby. As long as my baby's there. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's get on up, get on up, get on up, get on up out of here. Let's take a trip. We'll live like stars. Let's take a trip around the world. Let's take a trip around the world. Making love on black sand. To Korea and Japan. Let's take a trip around the world. I'm ready to go. Let's take a trip around the world, babe. Around the world. Let's take a trip around the world. world.
Let's go around the world.
Let's take a trip around the world.
As long as my baby's
Let's take a trip
there.
around the world.
Let's go to Paris, let's see
Let's
France.
take a trip around the world.
Let's make love on black
Let's
sand.
take a trip around the world.
Let's see Korea or Japan.
So as you see, you can definitely achieve a professional mix. You can definitely make your song sound like a record using only IK Multimedia plugins. I still got to do a couple of things. I got to do some automation on the vocals, but I just wanted to make this video so you can see that the IK Multimedia plugins is no joke. Very powerful, and they have every plugin that you need to create a professional sounding mix. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like this video, hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel, and you can actually check out this video right here. Peace. EK out.